Good afternoon, welcome to story time. Here's Alf to say hello. He's missed me today because I've been at work, so he hasn't left me alone since I've come in, so I hope he's not going to be a nuisance today. Okay. Today's story is a story which has a question written on the back. The book is called The Bog Baby, and this is a bog baby. Here's the question. It says, do you believe in bog babies? I'm going to read you this story, and then this weekend the weather's going to be beautiful, so I'm going to give you lots of ideas that you can do outside with your family. The Bog Baby. Long ago, when we were little, me and Chrissy did something bad. We said we were going to Annie's house to play, but we didn't. We went fishing, all by ourselves, which was not allowed. Chrissy said there was a magic pond in Bluebell Wood. It was only ever there in the spring, when it rained. It made a huge puddle in the dell, and pond creatures came. We could fish for newts, she said. I won't tell if you won't. So, we went. We found the pond. It was squelchy round the edges. The bluebells squeaked under our boots. We fished and fished, but we didn't catch a newt. We caught something much better. We caught a bog baby. Do you want to see? Perhaps Mr. Catewood can zoom in onto the pictures. He was the size of a frog, only round and blue. He had boggly eyes and a spiky tail, and I do remember he had ears like a mouse. He came swinging through the flowers and jumped into the water. He floated up and down on his back and sucked his toes. Quite disgusting. That's when I fished him out. He didn't struggle. He just sat in my hand and looked a bit surprised. He was as soft as jelly. When we stroked him, he flapped his wings. They were no bigger than daisy petals. They seemed too small for him to fly. Chrissy said he might be able to fly if we blew on his wings. We blew and blew, but all that we did was blow him into the mud. He didn't try and escape. He just sat still, with his paws over his eyes. He doesn't sound very happy. We put him in a jam jar. Oh dear. Took him home and hid him in the shed. That doesn't sound very good. He was our bog baby. He wasn't meant to be a secret. We wanted to show Mum, but we didn't. If we did, she'd know we didn't go to Annie's. That sounds a bit naughty to me. We made our bog baby a beautiful home in a bucket with gravel and shells and clean water. Whenever he saw us, he jumped up and down. We picked him up and played with him. He was very ticklish, and we fed him on cake crumbs. We loved our bog baby. Our friends loved him too. We sneaked him into school in a margarine tub, and when the teacher wasn't looking, he played in the sandpit and the water tray. In the afternoon, he slept in his tub on a piece of damp cotton wool. Chrissy made him a collar and a lead, and we took him for walks in the field. Once, a crow nearly ate him. but we scared it away just in time. Sounds a bit scary, doesn't it, children? We took great care of our Bog Baby. At least we tried. But he got sick. He didn't jump up and down anymore. He went pale and his wings drooped. He wouldn't touch his cake crumbs. We gave him all sorts, but he spat them out. We wanted to ask Mum for help, but we daren't because of Annie. But the Bog Baby got thinner. He wouldn't walk on his lead and he hid under a shed. Can you see him hiding? He wouldn't come out, no matter how much we loved him. Mum found us in the shed. Chrissy wouldn't say why we were crying. We promised not to tell, but I blabbed. Mum wasn't cross though. When she saw who was in the bucket, she smiled and her eyes went misty. She said she hadn't seen a Bog Baby since she was little. Ooh. Please make him better, we cried. We love him so much. I know, she said, but the Bog Baby is a wild thing. He does not belong here. He isn't meant to eat cake or walk on a lead or sleep in a tub. It's true, you know. Very true. She picked up the bucket and we followed her out. If we really loved the Bog Baby, we had to do what was best for him, no matter how much it hurt us. That was real love, and that's why we let him go. Back to where he belonged, living in the wood, playing in the pond, sleeping in the damp leaves under the moon. We never saw him again. I think he grew up and had babies of his own. Last spring, my daughter found the magic pond, and guess what she saw? Hundreds of Bog Babies, swinging through the bluebells, catching flies, floating on their backs, sucking their toes. Oh, that's what she told me, and that is what I believe. And that's the end. Perhaps Mr. Kirkwood might like to zoom in on the Bog Babies for you to see. Now tomorrow we'll be making our own Bog Babies. And I'll show you how to do that. And we'll be thinking about what a Bog Baby might need to stay fit and healthy, because we don't want our Bog Babies to get poorly like the Bog Baby in the story. I'm going to go and give Alf his tea now. Maybe take him for a walk and make sure he's got everything he needs. See you tomorrow.